custodian subsidiary general ledger account, which is permitted by RBI to be able to hold Government of India securities. Now that was a tedious process. Not everyone had a CSGL account. So in order to make the process simpler, in non-competitive bidding, NSE will give you bonds in your demat account. So you don't need to have a CSGL account like it used to happen before. It has been made simple. You can easily do the process on NSE through your demat account, existing demat to any of the NSE brokers or members, as you say them. We have various securities, short-term, medium-term, and long-term securities. Like I have told you in the issuance, you have 1 to 4 years issuance, you have 5 to 9 years issuance, you have 10 to 14 years issuance, and other issuance also. So various tenure. If you want to invest in short term, that is also available. If you want medium to long term, that is also available. So we have variety of bonds available in non-competitive bidding. Okay. Then you have central and state government also. So previously, when non-competitive bidding started, you could only invest in central government securities. Now, state government securities are also available, which offer better returns. So this is an example. Central government securities we have already discussed, issued by RBI in behalf of central government. Coupon is paid on face value and half yearly basis. So if you look at the example given, there is a GSEC which has a coupon of 7.20% and is maturing on 28th January 2030. So the percentage paid or the interest paid will be 7.2% on the face value, which is 100 rupees, and it will be paid twice a year, which is on 28th and 28th of July, 28th of January and 28th of July, and maturity date is 28. On this, you will receive the face value back. So this is how the central government securities looks like. We have 1 to 40 years of bonds available in this bracket. 0 coupon bonds or 0 coupon treasury bills happen, and basically this is how we will be able to calculate what is the effective yield we are getting from these bonds. So these are also available. The major point here is you will not face illiquidity, or you will not be stuck in a security which you cannot sell in the market. These are short-term securities. Then we have state development loans. State development loans are basically loans which are issued by states, not the central government, and they have backing. They are their market maker or their merchant banker is RBI, but they are issued by state governments. So these are issued by state government. These are very much like the central government bonds, but these have slightly higher coupon compared to the central government. Why? Because every state government has a fiscal condition of its own. Some state like Maharashtra or Gujarat, they are they have a healthy fiscal situation, so they will be able to get money at much lesser rate compared to other state. So because every state has a different fiscal situation, and you have different state performing differently in terms of economic performance, so there will be slight coupon variation going from state to state. But an important point here is there are very low credit risk here, and these will offer you better returns than central government securities. So these are highly secure bonds issued by the state government, but they also offer a slightly better rate than the central government GSEC. Why? Because the states, a central government is a central government, a state government is state government. Central government has many income sources. They can easily fund their fiscal deficits. State government is dependent on the central government in a lot of ways. GST, there are other compensation that it receives from the central government. So fiscally, state governments are considered a notch below the state government, and therefore the yields or the coupon on the state government bonds will be slightly higher than the state government bonds. These are also available, and these are also generally of 3 to 10 years or 40 years also, and they are also available in NCB, non-competitive bond. I have given an example here, state of government Maharashtra bond. It is paying 8% on face value. 6 months you will receive the coupon or the interest payment, and this is the maturity. So very similar to GSEC, Government of India securities, but they have a different, economical or fiscal issues. So the coupon will vary from state to state. Now, what are the benefits of GSEC versus FDs versus you compare state development loans? So, because all these bonds are backed by Reserve Bank of India, they carry a sovereign guarantee. So, this is considered to be the safest investment. You have assured periodic returns. So, every 6 months you will get the interest in your savings account or the linked account. The yields are much better compared to other bank FDs or other available instruments, and you have variety. You have variety of range available. So there are bonds which you can invest in 90 days, and there are also 40 years available. So there are a lot of people who have invested in Government of India securities which are ranging from 30 to 40 years for their retirement, because if you compare today, the Government of India or GSEC will be able to pay you 7% or 6.5%, and this is assured for the next 40 years. So you are assuring a 7% return for next 40 years, and that is assured by the Government of India. So a lot of people who are who are planning for retirement, let's say after 20 years or 30 years, it's a good retirement, saving, good retirement investment, because there is no credit risk available and you have assured returns. These are, this can be used as collaterals. If you have G-secured Government of India securities, these can be easily pledged as collaterals and as loan also, and these can be sold in secondary market. So there are cases where some of the securities are not that liquid. The freshly issued 10 years government GSEC, which we call on the run GSEC, is the most liquid security, and following other 10 years GSEC are most liquid. So there is a catch here, but most of the government securities can be easily bought or sold in the secondary market because of the attractive yields and the assurance of the government. So no tax deducted at source, and you have if the government cuts or the RBI cuts the interest rates, you have the market value of the bond increase. So that is also available here. So this is a rough comparison that we have done. For 10 years, if you see, the FD rates are 5.40%, the GSEC rates are 5.83, and the state development loans are offering 6.62. So there is a coupon difference here, and depending upon where you see or what kind of investor you are, you can choose between government GSEC and state development loans. The state government development loan, as I mentioned, will be able to pay you a higher return compared to GSEC. So all this is there, used as collateral. GSECs can or T-bills are used as collaterals also. If you are an investor or if you're a if you're a trader on the NSE platform, you can use that as collateral. The haircuts are given here. Treasury bills 2% with less than 3 years maturity. Government of India securities 2%. Then more than 3% Government of India securities 5%. And for semi-liquid and illiquid securities, this will be designated by the clearing corporation. It is 10% haircut. So very low haircut compared to other, if you see, and you invest as well as you are using them as a collateral also. This is one of the benefits of Government of India securities. Now, how it happens, we now come to that. So how the issuance happens, I have already told you, this is the issuance calendar. The RBI does the issuance on eKuber platform. You can get the rates, and NDS-OM, I have already told you, this is, I mean, today the market is not working. That is the reason why this screen is blank, but you can type NDS-OM on the Google and you will get this. So how it happens? The auction will happen every week. Institution will take part, or banks or primary dealers will take part in the main auction. We on NSE provide you a entry into the main auction through non-competitive bidding. Okay. How non-competitive bidding happens? Individual firms, companies, these all are eligible as entrants into the non-competitive bidding. You have to open, or you have to have an account with any of our registered brokers. In this case, you have Tipsons. So minimum amount is 10,000, and in multiple of 10,000 you can bid. In one auction, the maximum amount that an investor can bid is for 2 crore rupees of the face value. So the auction when happens, you will have to deposit the money with your members. I'll tell you the exact process that it happens, and member will then give it to NSE, and NSE in turn acts as an aggregator, and it will provide you the facility in your account. Allocation for non-competitive bidding is 5% of the total issue. So whatever size of the issue is happening, 5% is there for non-competitive bidding or for these issues. For state development loans, it is 1%, maximum bid for 1% of notified account. So this is slightly different for state development loans. And the brokerage that can be charged by the broker is up to 6 paisa per 100 rupees. So this is also decided by RBI. It is mentioned in the circular of the non-competitive bidding, and it can easily be accessed by you. Okay. Let me come at how the bidding happens. So auction will start at T minus 3 days. So whenever, let's say on a Friday, the auction announcement comes, the circular will come. NSE will also issue a circular that RBI will be, auctioning these securities, and certain part or 5% of that will be through non-competitive bidding. Let's say this happens on Friday. For T-bills, this is Friday. For Government of India securities, this happens on Monday, T minus 4. And for state development loans, it is T minus 2 days. So Friday. The bidding then starts on T minus 2 days for treasury bills. For treasury bills, that will be on Monday. For Government of India securities, so Monday, and then next working day, that is Tuesday. So T minus 3, you have bidding process that will start. So Monday, the auction calendar or auction will be announced for Government of India securities. Tuesday, you have the bidding period will start. Bidding period, so from Tuesday to Thursday, you can bid for the amount of securities that you want. This will happen through your brokers. This can take place in your demat account. We will give you a dematerialized form of Government of India securities, so you can hold it there. And on Thursday, the auction will happen. I'm just explaining the Government of India securities. You can follow the rest. So cutoff time for bid of withdrawal is on the auction day till 7:30 a.m. You can withdraw your bids. Cutoff time to provide clear funds. So you have to provide funds on Friday, which is on the auction day, by 8 a.m. So the day when the RBI is auctioning the bonds, on Monday, on that day, by 8 a.m. you should have clear funds available with your broker. Auction will happen on Friday. Final status, if you have got the securities or not, or how many securities you have got, this will be cleared to you by Friday 6 p.m. So on that day, Friday 6 p.m. you will be able to know how many securities you have got, at what rate you have got, and on Monday, that is one working day after the auction has happened, you will get securities in your Demat account. So this is the process flow for the GSEC securities. How it will happen? This is the workflow. Investor will provide online one-time undertaking and investment details. Participant enters bid on NSE GSEC platform. So how it will happen is NSE has a GSEC platform or EIPO platform also we have. Enter your bids through your members on that platform. NSE provides detail to NSE for validation. So these details will go to Clearing Corporation for validation. Then you will provide fund to the members. Members pay, NSE submits and collects all the bidding from each individual, investors, aggregate these bids, and then we as an aggregator will go and bid on the EcoBid platform of RBI. After the auction happens, RBI will provide allotment to NSE. This will be in a CSGL format, and then NSE will convert it into Demat and give it to investors in their Demat form. So this is how the entire process happens. This is the process or the flow chart. This is the how it will happen. And we also have provided a app or a platform called NSE GoBid. So if you want, you can directly register or download this app in your mobile phone, and you can register whatever Demat account or member account that you have on NSE GoBid. After the details are confirmed by members and the Clearing Corporation, you can directly bid using your mobile on the non-competitive bidding also. So this is a very simple form that we have done, and you can directly invest through this app also. This is how the issuance information looks like. All the government of India securities are mentioned here. What are the rates? What are the bid ending rates? All details are mentioned here. Okay. So one thing that you have to understand is all the issuance will happen on the weighted average price. So if you see the cutoff price, if there is an auction for 200 crore rupees, let's say I've given an example, the cutoff price for this auction is 101.45. So this is where the cutoff price for the auction has happened, the main auction. Now all the bid which we aggregate will give you a weighted average price. So 105, 101.48, 101.43. This will give you the weighted average price. So weighted average price divided by the auction amount will give you the weighted average price. So in competitive bidding, you have to understand that the allotment will be done on the weighted average price and not the cutoff price. So this weighted average price could be slightly, higher than the cutoff price in the main auction where the institutional players are bidding. So one thing that you have to understand is this will be on the weighted average price, not the cutoff price. So this is all about non-competitive bidding on the NSE platform. It is very easy. You don't need to have any additional platform available, or you don't need to have any additional account for this. You can directly use your Demat account or existing account for investing in the securities. And this is a very simple process. All the documentation and everything, most of the people will already have in place. And we have detailed circulars available if you want to study. Now coming, I'll